Welcome one. Welcome one, welcome all to Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. It's episode 23. I'm thrown because we don't have a monitor to see what we look like. If you're watching on YouTube, if we're watching on YouTube, oh my God, I'm wearing the tightest vest known to man. Lauren just said it looks like a swimming costume. We've been laughing because if you can see on YouTube, if you're listening, hello, welcome. If you're watching, hello, welcome. Just welcome in general. But if you see on YouTube, one of our mugs, which are available to buy if you would like to drop us a message on @FabLifePod on Instagram. We don't take any profit for them. We just do it at cost price.
And hope that you show everyone them so they'll go, oh, what's this? And you'll go, listen.
Well, not this one because it's broken. It's a metaphor. Broken mugs. You're joined by a couple of broken mugs today, Lauren and Lee, and also an actual broken mug.
It's fully just, I'll glue that.
What? Someone's done that. Someone's done that.
It's you, Lee. You're too rough.
No, it was there like that. So we should do some sort
Someone's
of
picked it up.
murder mug mystery.
Oh my God, like murder she mugged.
Murder she mugged, indeed.
Someone's lifted it up to get a little wire, haven't they?
Yeah, or they've just tried to sabotage us.
I
Told us
spy
we
Bunny
can't
and the
have a
Beast.
handle on that.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I can hold it with two hands in the winter time.
You can indeed. You can indeed. But we were just laughing, weren't we? Because I've been getting the mugs down from the shelf.
Because I'm pregnant. And then I had to reiterate that, I'm not a diva actually the rest of the time, but every time I see Lee, everything's like, oh, let me through, I'm pregnant. Like, oh, I must sit down, I'm pregnant.
It's like, you're acting like how I act in daily life.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me through, I'm gay.
Imagine you were pregnant. Like, oh my God.
I couldn't.
The world would know about it.
Oh my God, they would.
They'd be like, oh God, I can't wait for that baby to come out.
So it's episode 23. We're joined by Brian. Brian's putting a shift in the month of August because I don't know if anyone knows this, but the Vauxhall Podcast Studio is kind of, would we say, a brother or sister or distant cousin of the Big Belly Comedy Club?
I'd say they're brother and sister, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
I say so too. And some of the people who man the podcast.
Man the old shows as well.
Manned over to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So Brian is run ragged this month.
He is. Look at him. He's putting a right shift in.
You've got a decaf coffee.
Yeah. It tastes quite strong though.
Oh.
It's not giving me a heart palpitation, so I think it is decaf.
Oh. And I've got a little moth margarita.
It's one of the best.
One of the best. It stands for Mix of Total Happiness. That's why it's called Moth.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
I know.
I also didn't care that it was called that. Do you know? Like, I just want a good cocktail.
Ask, but I told you. Yeah, but I always thought, why have they called it Moth?
Well done.
Like a moth to a flame, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, we scramble for them.
The espresso martinis are quite good.
They are indeed. And it's 14.9%. So who knows what could bring, But Marks and Spencer's have released a
the
similar...
The Marxologist one.
Yes, and they're exceptionally good. They do a Paloma. They also do a kind of salted caramel.
Well, I got Freddie a pineapple daiquiri. Or
yes, they have
or is it like roasted pineapple daiquiri? Because I was like, ooh. That was quite nice. I had a tiny slurp of that.
Did you?
But very strong, aren't they, daiquiri?
Very strong indeed.
Very strong, yeah.
So how's your week been, Lauren?
It's been fine. Mainly starting to get tired again now. It's the third trimester's looming. I'm not ready for that.
How many trimesters do you have?
Just 3.
Oh, yes, try.
It's actually 6.
Clues in the name, Lee.
Yeah, so I've forgotten how tired you get in the first, so... It's looming.
So you don't get tired
week.
in the second?
No, you're meant to be like Power Woman and you can go everywhere. I wouldn't say that because you start getting really heavy. But you're not. You don't have to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Which is quite nice. But I was meant to go to a rugby game. Oh. I know. Off-brand.
Putting the try in trimester. Get it?
Very good.
Thank
very
you.
good.
I know sport.
I know things. Did you play rugby at school?
Rugby played me. I did used to have to play rugby, and some of the boys didn't trust me in the scrum. So I would...
Oh my God, that's so homophobic.
No, basically, I hated it. I hate it getting muddy.
You don't want them cauliflower ears either.
And it's very, contact sport. So what I would do is I would take a step back because I used to kind of get in the way a bit.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'd almost I'd be in the kit, but I'd be their manager. So I would devise tactics.
Sure.
So I'd be shouting at what them to do, but I was on the field and technically I was a
You just
player.
stood off the
But I was
on the
I
sideline.
was kind of just at the back. So if the ball came towards me, I'd run away from it.
You were acting like you were busy. You know,
I'd run around to the other team and try and psych them out. I'd be like,
oh, that's good.
Ooh, get ready, get your gum shield ready.
Oh, and your cup. And that's not for the other team. I was meant to go.
Let's just check if that cup is held in correctly.
Kept asking the same guy over and over again. Your crush.
Did your cup need adjusting?
Did you have a crush at school? Don't know why I'm interviewing you on this episode.
Jade Dilks, Jade with a Y.
Jade with a Y.
Yeah, I saved up my pocket money and bought her some.
Oh, it was a
jewellery,
woman.
some
No, you have
Samuel.
told us that story.
Yeah, Jade Dilks, I was obsessed with.
Did you not have a boy crush?
No, not really. I used to repress my feelings massively. Next question.
Don't talk about cups again, Lee. Oh my God. Don't do
We've
it.
gone from mugs to cups.
Oh my God. Well, I was meant to go watching the Rugby League Challenge Cup final at Wembley. Wasn't my team, which is Saints. It was Lee. It's the campus. Oh yeah, Lee, but the place Lee. Leigh, which is next to Haydock where I'm from. And they used to be called Lee Centurions, right? But now they're called the Lee Leopards.
Oh.
And it's the gayest thing I've ever seen because
Why?
they all were. Everyone in the crowd is wearing full leopard suits, and the owner wears a fur leopard jacket with a flower and stuff. And he's very tanned. It's just gone really camp, and I'm here for it.
Love that.
The rebrand, and they won. They were against Hull KR. But when you go to the final, I won't know because I didn't go in, but we'll get to that bit. All the crowd, because rugby league is much smaller than rugby union, you get all the teams from all over the UK just coming down because tickets are cheap.
Right.
And they just have a weekend of it. And they all stand next to each other it doesn't matter where you stand.
Well, congratulations to the Lee Leopards.
Yeah, that's cute.
And also to the Lionesses.
Oh my gosh, the Lionesses. Did you watch?
No.
No, I didn't.
But I was working actually, so
Oh,
we found out
yeah.
during
Were
the
they
show,
cheers?
during the live show, in the ad break.
They did ever so well.
They told us, but I think I'm going to watch on Sunday.
Me too. I'll be a bit nervous, I think.
Will you?
Against Spain. Spain's good. Although Australia was playing great and we beat them 3-1 in the end, so...
It is funny though, isn't it? I've said this before, but when, people are cause I went down and they were like, oh, we did it, we won. I was like, we?
Didn't see you on the old field there.
Yeah, you had nothing to do with it. And I remember being out with this guy who, there was a group of us, and he was watching the match on his phone as we were all having drinks.
Yeah.
And I was like, darling, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you watching this? He was like, and he's getting really into it. I was like, just put the phone down, we're having a sociable thing. And he was like, mate, I'm invested in this. And then anyway, I said to him, I said, oh, what was the score? He went, oh, we won. I went, we? I said, you know, you had nothing to do with it, right? And I was like, you watching that had no effect on the score whatsoever. And he goes, no, yeah, it is. It's we. It's, it's my team. I buy a season ticket. And I said, well, I buy tickets to the theatre, but we don't stand at the end going, didn't we all do well? Didn't we all do
I'm part of the ensemble for every West
I mean?
End show.
It's just mental. People take football very seriously.
Oh, they do. It's
more than
much.
rugby, I guess.
Yeah. I'd say so.
But rugby's a bit more aggressive, isn't it?
It is, but you don't get the fights. You get fights on the pitch, but in the crowd at rugby, you can drink.
Well, I thought you can. Can you not in football?
No, you have to go out. You have to
I'm
queue.
not going then.
You have to queue at the interval, the whole time.
Interval.
You have to queue at half time. Yeah, sorry, the interval. You have to queue for the whole time, and you can't put your pre-order in like you can at the theatre.
Oh my God! So they don't leave it with your little receipts.
No, they can't be trusted at football. They're just people steal your points.
Oh my God!
And then by the time you get to the front, you have to go back in. So then you're either missing the game or you're necking your beer.
So you can't drink the beer while you. What do you drink? What do you drink?
You just have to sit there with your pie or whatever you're eating.
Pie.
But that's what everyone gets tanked up before they go.
That's why they're all hooligans.
Yeah, but in rugby you can just drink while you're in there. Which is quite good.
Right. What about in the snooker? We know you like a bit of snooker.
When I went to watch the Masters at Ali Pali, you could drink.
literally don't know what that sentence is.
Masters won in the tournaments. Alexandra Palace.
Ah, lovely.
You've been there.
Have I?
Been there? Have you?
I don't know.
Have you not been to watch like a gig or anything at Ali Palace?
I've been to Buckingham Palace.
Windsor.
Similar.
No, it's in North London, and you have to go up a big hill to get there, so you'd know because your thighs and hamstrings really got to work out in.
No, thank you.
I went to watch.
Get me a buggy.
Yeah, there are little shuttle buses, but I don't want to get on one of them. I went to watch him out the White Stripes there once. Remember with Lejeune, R.I.P.
Oh, Lejeune.
He's not dead. We just dated once, and he had tickets, and I ended up not standing with him for the whole gig.
Why?
Because he went to the loo or something. And I was like, oh, I'll stay here. I'm here by this. But it's so packed and dark in there. They just didn't find me. So then these two fellas were like, you can stand with us, love. And I was like, okay, cool. I just got hammered and stood there.
Great. And what, did you meet up at the end? Or?
Yeah. Had to get home somehow. He was like, oh, sorry, I missed you. I was like, yeah. That was it.
Is he the one that bought a really fab, expensive candle that time? And it was like,
oh my God, yeah, triple wicker.
Oh.
It was a Joe Malone triple wicker.
Well, he sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, but, there are other issues there.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Save that for another pod. Anyway, so I was meant to go watching this game. And this is quite a serious story, but I'm actually just going to glaze over that bit. And my brother, Paul, collapsed.
Oh, God, yes.
He was sick.
Shit.
But we're all quite travel sick, so I was like, lol, he's travel sick. But it takes you a bit of a while to get over travel sickness. You have to sit there once you're off the tube, don't you, or out of the car and be like, whoo, fresh air, fresh air.
You need to recalibrate.
Yeah. Anyway, he didn't quite get over it. And then next thing we know, his in-laws were there watching because they're all from Lee. And the uncle had taken him over to this tree to be in the shade. And
the uncle?
Yeah. And he was like, oh, he's over there, he's all right. He's got 3 police women round him.
Oh, I bet he had.
I know. So he's there, getting fanned. Anyway, long story short, I ended up in Harrow A&E to get him checked over because he kept, dipping in and out of consciousness and stuff. But, I've, the one thing that the whole time I was like, it's so sibling, and I think you would be the same. But, when you're like, come on, can you get better now so we can go in?
Yeah, you're like, oh, come on, we're all tired.
And he's so dramatic, Paul. And it was really sad, don't get me wrong, because he was all worried and shit.
He does listen to the pod, doesn't he?
No, I don't think so. He might if I bitch about him. He's very self-centered. But that whole time, he was proper. We used to call him Paul the Panic when he was a kid.
Right.
So anything if you're ill as well, you do panic, don't you? Oh my God, I'm actually quite ill. This is quite scary.
He was poorly.
He was poorly. Yeah, and he was being really dramatic. So then when we went to the A&E, it's quite bumpy when you're lying on the bed in the back of the ambulance.
Oh, he's in an ambulance?
Yeah, because you have to get checked over and they're like, we'll drop you off.
Yeah.
But they were like, all your tests are fine, but we'd like you to get just a further check or whatever.
They always do that. They have to be careful.
They have to be careful, yeah. And I was like, if it'll shut him up, honestly, let's go.
Harrow. For risking itself.
Do you know what I mean? He owes me at least a bottle of Plonk for when I'm had the baby or something. He owes me something. Harrow A&E.
Oh, God.
Nightmare. Anyway. I was at a tube station called...
So who you were meant to be seeing?
Northwick Park. Have you ever been there?
Yes, I believe so.
Tubes only come every 12 minutes.
Oh, God. If you've been affected by anything you've heard in this episode, there are
live there, I'm sorry.
available at fablife.com/divorced from reality.
It's though, I feel like if you move to Northwick Park, you'd be like, oh, we're only a second from the tube. And then you get there and you realise I may as well be next to the Strand, which is a tube station that doesn't exist.
Because if you get to a train station in the UK, you're like, oh, the train's in 12 minutes, not enough time, get on the platform, it's in 12 minutes. You get to a tube station, you're like, fucking 12 minutes?
People run and then they miss it and they go, oh.
It's like, Jesus, I've missed my wedding day.
Yeah, honestly, it's like that. Fuming. We had to go up to Harrow to come back.
I had a gripe. I tweeted just earlier. I said, that's right. I said, why don't you wait until you get to the tube ticket barrier before searching for your Oyster card? You just wait. That's just great, isn't it? They walk up and then they go, I'm like,
that's a London room on a
They haven't gone, ta-da, there's barriers. You'll need your Oyster card. You were walking up to this.
Have it ready.
Have it ready, or as you're walking up, like I do, pull out your wallet. Boom, boom, boom.
Get your
And
face
also,
ID.
I want to also say this. Oh no, I do an Oyster card. I
Yeah.
hate that. I hate them with the bloody apple. Oh, and I'm like, yes,
I've got to type in my passcode.
yeah. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And also, you don't have to wait for the barriers to close to put your card on. You wait for that orange light, and you're in.
Honestly,
Get the fuck in.
they're showing that they're not from London, though. They're going to get mugged then because people will be like,
Stand on the right of the
Yeah.
escalator if you want to just fanny around.
I frequent King's Cross a lot, don't I, with my market, where I do dolly stakes, drink. And I see a lot of tourists on the weekend. If I have to tell one more person to stand on the right,
Yeah.
oh, it's a nightmare.
And I've started saying, excuse me, please, which actually sounds more rude than excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you go, excuse me,
I'm a polite businessman.
or
There's
if you
so
go,
much to go.
excuse me, please, that's like, fuck me,
He means business.
please.
Please. I'll be at the bottom of the escalator waiting for you.
Anyway, I'm turning into a Londoner where, I mean, I've got no places to be. I'm not in a rush.
But all of
It's
these,
annoying.
but the London rules are in place. I feel like those unwritten rules. Well, they're not unwritten because it says
sometimes
stand on
keep
the right.
left or
Yeah. Oh, in the tunnel. Oh,
oh, I know.
when people walk on the right. Yeah, but it's to make your journey efficient. So they're there to help you out.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that. Anyway, so I did go to Harrow,
Sorry, go.
and it was harrowing.
We see why it's called it.
Yeah, and I thought I'd tell you because I feel like
How long were you in there?
Actually, not that bad. It was quite quiet. We got off scot-free. But it was more like managing, well, when you're like sibling to sibling. And I was there for him and I was very supportive at the time. But in your hindsight, you're like, oh, sorry, that was just the
That was
mug.
the handle.
Oh, so sad. Sorry to bring that up again. When you're like, oh, God, you're so dramatic. In the back of the thing,
give
he
you
got
the ick?
sick again. Yeah, it gave me like sibling ick from like being a kid.
Oh, I gave you the sick.
Yeah. And he was like bobbing up and down on this bench in the back of the ambulance. So I just spat. And he was like looking at me like, oh, and I could see he was like getting panicked because he thought he was going to come flying off this fucking ambulance bed. He was like,
my God.
and I was like, you're all right. I was like, you're making it worse. Like he's one of them where if something's dramatic, he'll be like, like he'll rock himself. Like,
yeah.
He'll like, and I was like, just
Like
fucking
if
chill out.
like something kind of falls, he'd be like, whoa.
Did you see that? And you'd be like, yes.
Yes. An
Everyone's
acorn fell from a tree. It's not the apocalypse.
Yeah, so by that point, I was like, chill the fuck out.
Oh, and you're pregnant, of course, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you tell
And
them?
everyone thought like we were going into A&E like that I was the patient.
Oh my God, they thought you were like some weird Haydock sibling incest story.
Oh yeah, everyone because he was saying
Like,
his.
who is this? It's my sister. Okay.
Didn't you say your partner was pregnant?
They
I
do
did, yeah.
things differently in Haydock.
It was like the inbred capital St Helens in like 2001 or something.
Oh, nice accolade.
Yeah.
Nice to be recognised.
Yeah. Oh God, I can believe that. I wonder how long they held the crown.
Well, judging by what people look like from Haydock, quite some time.
Harrow. There's gonna be lots of rumours. Yeah. So that was my weekend. So I didn't even get to go in. And he better
And
be
who were you
listening.
meant to be seeing?
Lease Insurance versus Hull KR.
Oh, the rugby. I thought you were at Ali Pally seeing a gig, or was that?
Oh no,
something
that was about the Masters snooker. We were just
Oh,
tange
right.
heavy,
Sorry,
tange
sorry,
heavy.
Sorry, I'm not following.
Oh, you can drink at the Masters. That's what I was telling you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you broke up with Jean. Well, broke up. Like, couldn't find him.
But I had a great time anyway.
Oh, well, lots of love to Paul. Paul.
Tell him to get better.
Get well soon,
And take it
Paul. I'm sure it was
seriously.
an ordeal for you.
Yeah. He's not been taking it seriously since. He had a beer the other day and I was like...
Why? What? Was it an alcohol related?
No, it was like stress and exhaustion.
Oh.
And yeah, his body was basically like making him vomit and pass out to be like...
Why was he stressed? What's happened?
He's been like doing loads of work. He's about to have his second kid. He does a second job for his friend's bar that he doesn't have to do.
Oh, God's sake.
He's also
Paul,
a people pleaser. He goes out with all his friends.
burning the candle at both ends. You know what happens when you do that? You end up in Harrow.
You end up in Harrow. I'll take you back to Harrow.
Don't make me take you back to Harrow.
So I'm fuming at him. So everyone needs to shout at him and tell him because I'm not doing it again.
No.
I'll walk off next time.
Harrow. Don't take me back to that terrible place.
I mean, you're in Wembley. That's bad enough, and then you have to go to Harrow.
Well, I did kind of used to live in Harrow.
Did you?
Well, it was Kensal Rise, but that's kind of the borough of Harrow, is it not?
I don't know. I don't know that part of London very well.
Harrow Road, it was called.
Mm.
So I assume it was the road of Harrow.
Oh, God.
You know,
God you
I
got out of
lived
there.
opposite a cemetery. That was nice during COVID. I thought at least I've got outside space. Oh, fucking hell. It's getting bigger and
I
bigger.
remember because you had the garden, didn't you? And you saw that guy stealing the credit cards.
Oh, my God, when I caught the post thief.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sat out and watched him steal it.
My friend's done that
license
recently. He got a little Ring doorbell in his like joint.
Wow.
Same thing where it's like and it was all these kids coming in stealing Amazon parcels. School kids.
It's terrible.
So we caught him.
No, I caught the post thief. I loved it. But the police did fuck all. I sent them the registration of the car that was bought brand new.
They didn't do anything even with all that
Not
evidence.
really. All the evidence. I said I sat out there eating a salad. And I said, and I saw him with my own eyes. What I wanted to do, I started to like think of different things I could do. I thought about because he'd put his hand in our outside letterboxes and steal, and he stole $5,000 from someone's credit card.
Terrible.
So I there was one point where I thought, I know.
Put a crab
I
in
could leave
there.
a snake in there.
Yeah, great.
Can you imagine?
Like bush
Because I
like a
don't think
trial.
it's illegal.
No, you could be like, that's where I keep my snake.
yeah, exactly. Sorry that you know my letterbox happens to be my snake's house.
Oh my God, you'd get a bit of a complex then if you felt something even when you put your hand in.
Or I thought what
Or
I
a
would do
witchetty grubs.
is water bomb him. So as he came, but to be honest, he looked quite fit.
Did it?
Yeah,
It's a shame
so I kind of thought
he was
each
doing
to
the
their
life
own.
of crime. Yeah. Oh, well.
Kind of hot actually. I thought, ooh, this is a porn film waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Like, get your hand out of my letterbox. What letterbox? Oh, this letterbox. You know.
I was like, how far is he going to go?
Oh well, you ask how big
I think
my
Brian
letterbox
was
is.
like, I need another beer.
Like, I can't do this.
I'm out. Yeah, so that was my weekend.
Oh, well, I'm glad I asked 27 minutes ago.
No, yeah. Serious story, but just you with like, do you know what? You have the fucking broken
Sorry,
bone.
it would have taken so long had I not kept interrupting and going off on my own tangent.
Oh yeah, nightmare. I just know you've got two siblings, so I knew you would feel my rage.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think I would have gone to Harrow with them. I'd have gone, do you know what? COVID.
I've got to go home.
I've got shit to do. Just
Yeah.
FaceTime me.
Yeah. Ring you when you get in there.
Yeah.
There was an M&S in that hospital though.
Oh my God, posh.
I know, so I just went off and got a butter.
A butter.
A butty.
Oh, a butty. It's like, what, you lubing the place up with butter? I didn't know it was the pregnant thing, you know. Butter.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Good. Well, I got sent an article. I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
You did.
Or did you send it to me?
You sent it to me via your mother, Leslie.
Yes, that's it.
She was ahead of the curve, our Les.
Let's find the chat. What's she called? Oh, Mum. There we go.
I have my mum saved as a name.
Do you, Sandra Crane?
I have everyone full named in my phone.
I have everyone full named apart from like Mum, Dad, Layla, Eloise, like sisters and family.
Yeah. Freddie else texted Mick out of me because he's like, why am I in your... He was like, I'm so insulted that I'm still in your phone as Freddie Machin. You know, like, and I'm like, well, I used to date a lot. Like, I had to put people's full names and then you could kind of remember.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I put like where I'd met them. You
Yeah,
know, if it was
there's
off a
lot
job.
of,
And you're like,
there's a
oh.
lot of people whose surname is Hinge in my contacts, and I
Yeah.
don't think their surnames are Hinge. And if their
Barry
surname
Tinder.
is Grr, because I can't put Grinder.
No.
So this teacher shares a list of bonkers children's names from her September class, and apparently no one can fathom what the parents were thinking. So these are a bizarre list on Facebook while looking at enrolments to the school coming up in September.
Oh, God.
So obviously with a burgeoning population, more and more parents are giving their children unconventional names to help them stand out from the crowd.
Just quickly, Brian, what's your daughter's name before we insult you?
Faith.
All right, fine. You're
Faith.
allowed that.
Lovely. Faith is a lovely name. Quick scan of the school enrolments. Among the unusual but increasingly common names are those such as Jackson,
Sure.
but spelt Jaxen. Jackson.
Sorry.
And Alia, or Alia.
Aaliyah. Yeah, R.I.P. Aaliyah.
Others,
Lovely name.
however, are a little bit more rare. There was one name stood out on the list, which was Syakyra, but it is pronounced Shakira, but it's spelt like
What?
Shakira. Testing the even most accurate of spelling wizards, other unusual names on the list included Ryder,
Oh, no.
Priscilla, Christicera, Angelia, and Biar.
BRBR.
BR.
How are they spelling that?
Other BIAR.
No. Hey,
Bia.
Baya.
Bia.
Beer. No, terrible.
Other curious names, along with alternative spellings shared by the teacher, were Declan, Deklyn. Quite like that, Declan.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Alana reminds me of Klarna.
Alana. Reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of.
Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette, yeah.
Are Maz, Angel Lee, and Caleb. And here is one. Normal names on the list apparently include Diamond, Aaliyah, Jaylene, Portia. Where was the one? Jaylee. I had a pupil named Pistol. He was called Pistol.
He'd just get called Pistol for short. They've just not thought that through.
Yeah. And then my friend's a teacher, and she has a kid named A_BLESSYN. A blessing. Their name is A Blessing. A blessing.
You won't be a blessing in a minute if you're not doing as you're told.
I'll
Come
give you
on.
something to blessing about. I mean, a blessing.
That's awful. I don't understand names with apostrophes
A blessing on your head. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Is that from Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes.
Lovely. Great.
Fiddler. That's a good name. Fiddler.
Not if it turns out, like Ralph Harris.
Yeah, maybe not Fiddler as a kid.
Oh, nightmare. But you could spell it different. You'd be like FYDLA or something.
Yeah.
Fiddler. No, do you know what? I can thankfully say none of them names are on our list. So
Really?
That's fine.
I wonder what it is. I'm trying to guess.
No one's guessed it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it not Mabel?
No.
Mabel shouting.
Whatever happened to Mabel?
June.
No.
June is busting
Busting
it all over.
I love that track.
Track. Love that track.
I watched a stagey TikTok today and someone was in Les Mis, but they were covering a part.
Yeah.
And they were like, when I'm doing this track, I'm like, just say when you're doing a main part. Stop saying track. People don't know what that means.
Yeah. You hear that, guys? You put a shout out on Instagram, didn't you? And you asked what makes
you feel fab life.
What makes you feel like you've got a fab life?
Well, the first reply was hilarious, and it was by friend of the pod, the most sarcastic friend of the pod we have, Adam.
Right. Was it legally incriminating?
It was.
Okay.
I did share it anyway, and another friend of the pod instantly knew who it was.
Oh, okay.
I won't say his surname anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, no, don't. Just for purpose of anonymity, let's call him Eve.
He was basically saying, what makes you feel fab? And he put class Bs on the weekdays and class As on the weekend.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is fine. Melissa, who I went to primary school with, and high school.
She explains it all. Oh no, was it Marissa?
Oh no, Clarissa explains.
Clarissa.
But she's played by Melissa Joan Hart.
Ah, yes.
Very good. And she put sounds emoji, like sick, like ick emoji.
Okay.
But my kids do, even though they suck the life directly from my soul daily.
Her kids make her feel like she's got a fab life.
Yeah, that's really sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought that was sweet. And I just put, I hope I feel the same as in November.
Oh.
Adrian.
With the blessing.
With the blessing, when a blessing comes. Our lovely Adrian put champagne spa day, not at the spa with an R, like the shop.
Oh, I see what he did there. Playing words with the spa shop.
Yeah.
Nicely done there, Adrian.
So we can all do the champagne spa day.
Yes. Well, you should have one after you have the baby.
Oh, defo. Well, did I tell you I got a pregnancy cowshed massage for my birthday?
Oh, yes. From
I've still not used it. I'm going to use it the week after we come back from holiday.
Oh, nice. Where are you going on holiday? Oh,
well,
God,
to Montenegro.
we're going together, aren't we?
Yeah. So I'm going to use it then. And then I got a voucher.
Brian's like, did you two even know each other?
We don't talk midweek. We're not allowed. We're not allowed to talk to each other, so we have content. We're like,
And even then we struggle.
And then we forget what. I need to start writing it down, what I've done. Friend of the pod, Kate, put me.
Oh, yes.
And I thought that was really good because it's got to start with you, hasn't it?
It's always, Fab Life has to start with you. And
like,
remember,
yes,
everyone, hope is what kills.
People love that. Oh, that was from a previous app, by the way. Helen, the lovely Helen, said, proudly watching my daughter be the best mum ever to my grandkids.
Oh, Helen.
That's really sweet. And then the mug is broken. That's the latest on the stories.
Oh, well.
Might be more replies.
What about you, Lauren? What makes you feel like you've got a fab life?
Oh, and one more who started this all, Will Venus, the wig maker.
Ah, the wig maker.
He said his job, so he was like making lovely wigs. And he was like, makes him feel great.
Oh, really? Makes him feel fab.
Yeah, makes him feel fab. There you go. What makes me feel fab?
I would have always said, but you've not had them, but nails, you always had your nails.
Oh my God, yeah. My nails and my hair. Well, when I started baking full time, I was just putting holes in my gloves. Oh, it's very expensive as well. And my hair costs a lot of money also. I've gone to the purple
it's nice
side.
and purple today.
Well, because we are going away, it's going to fade really quickly. So I thought to make it last, we'll go a bit darker.
Yes, nice.
A little washout. Still don't know what I'm wearing for the wedding.
Yes.
Yeah, so my hair, I would say, is my... Oh, a bit of red lip. Put a red lip on, you feel fab. Although I've got pink on today. Breaking all my own rules.
Red is a bit like sultry.
It is. I think it was Elizabeth Taylor that said, pour yourself a drink, put on some red lipstick and pull yourself together.
I actually think that was Gandhi.
Was it? Oh, yeah, it makes more sense, actually. He was always known to have one in his little knapsack, wasn't he? A red lipstick.
Knapsack. What's me? I mean, I guess,
What's you?
You know, how do you ask the founder of Fabness to bottle it up?
Be good to be a millionaire by now.
I don't know. I think a nice cocktail in hand. Not out of a can like this shitty moth, even though it's quite nice.
Please sponsor us.
It's a mix of total happiness. Yeah, no, I think...
Getting dressed up and having a drink, that's my favourite.
Yeah, you like a dress up, don't you?
Yeah, get dolled up, have a drink.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do that again.
Smelling nice. I like to smell nice.
You always smell fantastic. I smelled a man on the tube yesterday who had your aftershave on.
Did it spur you into thinking?
And I was like, is Lee here?
Well, my friend the other day was like, I could smell you in the street. Like it
That's how much you'd put on that day.
Well, no, it just travels.
It does.
Like me. So we are going away, aren't we?
We are.
So we do need to let people know we are recording next week, but then we might have a little bit of a break.
Yeah, because we'll be on our
We'll be
jolly
away,
holes.
and you know what? We've not had a summer holidays, so we should.
We're both away at the same time. Maybe we'll do. I'll get Lee drunk and we'll go live on Insta. That might be fun.
Well, what I've also done is I've booked to go on the back of where we're going first. I'm then going to jump on a flight to Berlin.
Oh, that was an option for us because it's cheaper to
Berlin.
do. Oh my God, fantastic.
I know. So
are you going to go to Berghain?
Well, I do know the guy that can get me on guest list because there's absolutely no way on God's earth I'm queuing for over an hour to find out whether they will allow me in.
You just got to make sure you're dressed up though. You got to make sure.
Well, no, I'll be on guest list.
Whips and chains. It doesn't matter. They still can turn you away.
Well, what I'm going to wear? I'm not wearing whips and chains.
You got to wear take it seriously, like black leather and shit.
I have got like a black vest which is slightly corseted.
Oh, lovely. Put that on, maybe a bit of guy liner.
To be honest, I don't want to go there. Like these Berlin clubs, they're intimidating.
They are a bit full on.
Imagine me hanging from the rafters.
And you will, I can't imagine that actually. I think I've seen that before actually. You will go in at like 1 a.m. as well.
I know. I can't. I'll be in bed by then.
So, maybe hit a cocktail bar just at closing.
Well, I've booked to go there because I'm on staff travel, so I get cheap flights. So there was no staff travel flight back to London. So I was like, do you know what? I could just go somewhere else. Where does it fly?
Shout out to your friend.
Shout out to staff travel. So I might change it. I might then go. I think they also fly to Rome. I was then looking at like a ferry to Puglia. But that's like 15 hours.
They used to do one from Bar, which is where we're staying in Montenegro, to Bari and they've stopped doing it.
Yeah. Oh, have they stopped?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
You go on the website and it's like this. They were slowing it down over the summer season for some reason, and then since COVID, it's not really picked back up. And this year they've just stopped it. Because I was like, that'd be so nice.
Because that's lovely, and actually that flies. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I booked that preliminary, but it was only like 20 quid, so I can always change it if necessary.
How many days are you going to do in Berlin?
Oh, just a couple. But then I think maybe even just one night and come back on the Saturday night.
Yeah, you can.
Because actually, I think Berlin is probably a place where you want to go and get smashed with a friend, so I'll be on my own.
Oh, yeah, but there's loads of tourist stuff to do.
I've done Berlin before.
Oh, have you?
So I'm a
Okay.
bit like, you've seen one bombed out building, you've seen them all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, well, no, do you know what I mean?
The bombed out church.
Oh, God, is that bad?
Well, we took my dad, didn't we, for his 80th back in January or February or whenever it was. And because he was in Berlin, like, in the army.
Oh, right.
So we took him to the bombed out church, but then we had that moment.
Were you like, look, this is what you've done.
This is what you did, Dad.
Are you happy now?
And then we realised, because my dad's a Scouser, that in Liverpool there's also the bombed out church, isn't there? So we both have a bombed out church.
Oh, lovely. What a lovely connection.
I know, it was dead weird. But we were like, do you think Germans call it the bombed out church?
Shout out
Like,
to bombed out
Scousers
churches.
do. Shout out. Have you ever been to the bombed out church in Liverpool?
No.
You can watch gigs there and everything. It's lovely.
Really? I don't think I ever went to the bombed out church in Berlin.
How many times was there bombed out church?
Let's call it the Bach.
Charlottenburg. Oh, I'll send you a lovely coffee shop that's right opposite the bombed out church.
Oh, please do.
I will. It's like one of the oldest ones and it's got all like red and white. It's stunning.
I did do a walking tour. It was so funny because we did this walking tour, me and Holly. And halfway through, I was like, when are we stopping for a drink? And they were like, oh, now. I was like, okay.
You're like,
okay,
thank
good.
fuck.
And it was winter. It was so cold. A bracing wind. It was a lot. So I was like, oh, what should we get? And I thought, I'll get a Baileys. But I wanted like a cup of Baileys.
Oh, I think you might have said this.
Yeah,
before.
I wanted like a cup of Baileys to, walk around with.
Warm your cockles.
So I was like, can I just get like a cup of Baileys? And the woman behind the bar was like, oh, we don't serve them as like a drink. We just serve them as shots. Like you get like one measure, one shot of Baileys. So I was like, oh, okay. So I literally I was trying to work out. So I went, all right. So maybe just in one glass, like 9 shots of Baileys, and the whole queue gasped. Like,
which was it? 50 quid?
They went, and so I was like, oh. So then I went, oh, is that a lot? 8. Like, I was like, let's go down. Anyway, so I had this huge, and fuck me, Baileys is quite. It gets you.
It's because it's got the sugar in as well, so you're on that sugar rush.
I was heckling by the end of it.
You're like, fuck this anyway. When's it going to end?
No, we had one person on the walking tour who kept trying to interrupt our guide.
Oh God.
So annoying. And I said, I want her gone.
Yeah.
I get her off. She was going, I think you'll find actually that wasn't that. Wait, are we not going to so-and-so? And the guide was like, we will go there eventually, but I'm just going to take
God,
this way. And I was
the worst nightmare.
Jesus Christ.
I get the weekly story of that from Freddie when he teaches. There's always an oversharer in the classroom, and it is always a middle-aged woman normally. And he'll be like, okay, we're just, because he's teaching them writing. There's always someone either who thinks they're really good at writing or just goes, well, my story's about this and it's about me. And then the story is about something like awful that's happened to them. And you're like, slight oversharing there.
Yeah.
And it's like, he spends most of the sessions like trying to wrangle that one person to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It is, and it just ruins the vibe.
Yeah, and everyone else in the class is like, I came here to learn. Okay.
Yeah, not like study your life history.
Brenda, all right?
Not Brenda Edwards, guys.
Oh yeah, not Brenda Edwards. She might have done a writing class with Brenda.
We're seeing on Monday.
Oh my God, we're seeing him. Oh my God, we're seeing her and Dave Berlin.
Yes, a co-host of the pod.
I can't
I've
wait.
never met him.
Oh my God, you've not, have you?
No, so we had a lot of great feedback about the Bobby Davro story from
Oh
you.
God.
Top moment.
Go
Sorry,
back and
my
listen
chest
to that
is like
ep. Yeah, because it's been, we've had some great feedback from that.
Yeah, and I was talking to Brenda about it the other day.
Was you?
She was laughing. She's going, what's Bobby Davro doing?
Did she still find it? Did she know that he stayed at his house?
Yeah. She's laughing. But we're going to see We Will Rock You, aren't we?
On Monday.
Sorted
So excited.
us out with some tickets. So.
Yeah, can't wait. I wonder what was happening then.
I've never seen it.
He got whiplashed. They're all getting whiplashed and shit.
Oh, God, it's dangerous. You suffer for your art.
You do.
Talking of which, if anyone suffered for their art today, it's me doing this. No, I'm joking. But we've come to our time, I think. We've got to wrap this shit up.
Brian's got a show to run down there.
Brian's got a show to run at the Big Belly Comedy Club. Not that we want to advertise Mooch's thing, because he's in your bad books, isn't he?
He is. Mooch, who runs the comedy club. Text me back, you dickhead. We'll clip that.
But it's too late now.
Honestly, if I don't get a free session for this. Fuming.
I'm like such a stirrer. I'm like,
Like, come
on. Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to leave us a lovely review, we got a new
Oh, we
review.
did.
Yeah. Should we read it out?
Read it out.
Yeah. Let's wank each other off.
If you want to, while he's finding that, it is, if you go to Apple Podcasts, that helps us massively, because Apple still rules the podcasting world when it comes to getting your name out there. So if you go to Apple Podcasts on an Apple device and search for Fab Life Lonely, give us 5 stars. Anything less, don't bother. And write us a lovely review. It can just be like great stuff, and then you're done.
Yeah. That's only like what? 9 characters.
Oh my God. Excellent maths, Susie Dent.
Thank you.
And
Even though it's Rachel Riley.
I was thinking of the words, not the number.
Yeah. Anyway. So he's put, has me laughing out loud. One of my favourite podcasts, my weekly dose of happiness. And we're back to a mix of total happiness. We're at WDO
40.
H. Wada. Yeah, WD-40.
Who's it by?
Oh, Humphrey Rufus. Rufus Humphrey.
Humphrey Rufus.
Yeah.
That could be his first name, Humphrey.
It could be, yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is quite good.
Humphrey. But for a girl.
No.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah, keep them guessing, yeah.
Humphrey.
Gender's a construct, babes. Great. Anything else you want to plug?
No.
Okay. Cool. Follow us on Insta always at FabLifePod. DM us and I'll DM you back. And go to Lee's YouTube channel if you want to watch us online and search for Fab Life Lorna Lee, or just search for Lee Peart and you'll find...
You'll have to probably go through a lot of a lot of amazing things about me. But it's there. Don't worry, guys, it's there. Just
Have a
search
good
Lee Peart
content.
and a lot of news articles about, Star and stuff.
A lot of headshots.
Just a lot of naked pictures.
It's grind
I was on a
brother.
forum recently.
What
Someone
about?
sent me a link and it was this gay forum, and then someone's put, got a huge crush on this guy. Anyone got any of his nudes?
Oh.
Yeah, there's a forum where they try and search for gay men's nudes.
No way. Like
Do
leaked.
they know? I don't have them.
Do you not? Have you got a good app for that?
Well, I do. There's a few kind of lingering around.
You got to number them.
I don't really. Yeah. There's nothing incriminating.
Just always timestamp them, number them.
Why? So I know who leaks it.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't send that many.
Yeah. Just think about it.
Just think about it. All right.
Anyway, on that note, hi Mum and Dad. We'll be back next week before our summer holidays. So this has been episode 23 of season 3 of Fab Life
With Lauren and Lee. Thank you.
Boom.